What do you do if you find out that the woman you are married to had lived another life somewhere else before, and she ran away from her husband that was abusing her and left 2 children and relocated to Asaba, and you met her and now you are married to another person's wife? What do you do when you wake up in the middle of the night and you see that you are smelling of kerosene because the person you claim to be married to have poured fuel on you and is striking matches to kill you? What do you do? Because many times we think, hey, do you love him? You need his love. No, you need more than love. So, people of God, as we begin to move on in this morning service, I want to bring back again one of the things that I said yesterday. Because when we say love is not enough, then we need to ask ourselves again, what exactly is love? Because when you have a wrong definition of love, it causes a lot of problem. A lot of people only see love from the point of feelings. But love is not a feeling, love is a choice. Love involves a feeling. But love is not a feeling. Love is a choice. Love is a decision that you make. So when you make a choice to accept someone, that's love. Because you need to understand that everyone you are going to meet on earth will have things in them. Are you ready for this? Things in them that you will not feel good about. Hello? Now, you love that car. When you bought the car, you love the car. But there is a day that the car will mess you up. And you're not going to feel good about the fact that, why is this car doing this? But doesn't mean you don't love the car anymore. So you find out that when you understand love should be understood, you will not get into, I'm no more in love with you, I'm no more in love with you, I don't feel the way I used to feel, just because you have attached feeling alone to love. So the mono emphasis of feelings and love makes a lot of people not to be able to operate in the realm that they want to operate in. So when you believe that love is all you need, there are some errors that will become your reality. And let's look at that. Every time you believe all I need is love, hey, I love him, I love her, number one, you become insensitive. Why? Because the feeling good does not know that someone can do before they woke up and say, what happened? Why? Because when you believe that love is enough and love is all you need, you will become very insensitive. And I've said it over and over again, if you think that love is blind, marriage will open your eyes. Yeah, if you think love is blind, marriage will open your eyes. You are only blind until you marry. The very minute you marry, reality.com. Now, you see, someone had asked me one time, hey, are you now saying, but love is blind? Love is blind. I said, listen to me. Many times, what you are saying may not be incorrect, but it may be incomplete. Many times, what you are saying may not be incorrect, but it is wrongly placed. So, for instance, in life, we live in seasons. So, let's look at these two situations. A woman has a teenage daughter. Another woman has a married daughter. They are both mothers. Their daughters are both daughters. But one is a teenager and the other one is married. When the mother of the teenager is talking to the teenager, what we should be telling her? Don't mess up yourself, don't sleep around, now don't have sex, that's not what you should be doing now, face your studies. Now that's a mother telling a daughter. But if the mother of the married woman is talking to her, what would she be saying? Sleep with your husband, don't deprive your husband of sex. And then you are wondering. So question, if your mom tells you as a teenager, this is supposed to be good news, but for that family, it's bad news. But now, if the woman that is married 4 years later, no child, calls the mother, what will say? Mom, I'm pregnant. So in one house, the news is pregnancy, but it's a bad news. In another house, the news is pregnancy, it's good news, seasons. So when you say love is blind, are you ready for this? Love should only be blind inside marriage, not before marriage. I will go deeper now. Are you ready for this? Now, when you are not yet married, shine your eyes. Because before you enter, that's the time you will question things and you will get the answer. Now, oh my God, are you sure you are ready? Now, if your husband of 11 years comes to you now and say, I want to do DNA to check whether the children are my own. I hope you know that can destroy the marriage. Because if you are a person of integrity, you mean, excuse me, no problem. You are going to do your DNA, but just know that after the DNA, you know, why? Because the person is now questioning you after marriage. But if before marriage, they are asking questions, everybody is asking questions to be sure that what I want to enter into is something I should commit myself to. So before you marry, don't be blindly in love. Before you marry, make sure that you shine your eyes, you shine your brain, you do all the things you need to do to be sure that you are not stepping into dangerous waters. But the very minute you get married, become blind. Once you marry, there are many things that are going to be happening that if you are not blind to them, you will kill yourself. If you have to deal with everything, if you don't know how to take your eyes off things and just let some things go and just rise above some things, and you begin to become finicky about everything, you're going to get into trouble. You're going to be depressed. Almost every day you'll be settling case. So when you get married, that's why you become blind. You just love. Because how many of you have your wife ever given you food and you are sensing, you are praying to know whether it's a poison? You don't do that. You are blindly in love. Whatever they give you, you eat. If they want to poison you, the best person to poison you is your spouse. So when you have entered marriage, that is where you should be blind. So love is not blind before marriage. So if you enter into a relationship and say just love, you become insensitive. Number two, when you believe that love is all you need, you will ignore wisdom and common sense. You will ignore wisdom and common sense. Now think about it. You're going out with a guy. You're single. And all you have is his phone number. Hello? You don't know where he lives. You don't know where he works. And he tells you, I work in oil company. Or we say, oil company. He works in an oil company. Which oil company? Which one? Have you been there before? Because there are different kinds of oil. There's palm oil. There's anointing oil. So he works in oil company. Which oil company? But because you are in love, you are not even... Do you know how many people are going to be destroyed in the next few weeks when the European boys will come back home? And they will begin to land from Malaysia, from Italy, from Germany. And all you have is phone number and email. And you submit your life to phone number and email, and you don't even have passport to. Why? Because every time you think love is all you need, you lack wisdom and common sense. A man has never invited you to where he lives. He has never introduced you to important people in his life. Every time he's with important people, he will introduce you as a friend. And when you say, yele. You know, this life, we have to be very, very careful. You know, and that's how you will be involved in Nicodemus love. Nobody knows you are in a relationship. You are in a submarine relationship. And by the time they break your heart, you will cry in secret. And when you are crying, they say, what's happening? No, nothing. Because you can't explain yourself. How can you say somebody broke your heart when you were never in a relationship? Number three, let's move on fast. When you believe that love is all you need, you ignore background check. You ignore background check. Now, you see, in the days of our ancestors, in the days of our parents and our grandparents, before you ever get married, they investigate. They'll go and check the family, whether there is madness in the family, whether there is barrenness in the family, whether there is epilepsy in the family. They do background check to check all these things, so that even though they are not flowing by the Spirit of God, they are flowing by the wisdom of God. And then by the time they have used the investigation and the background check to eliminate all possible scenarios that they can understand, they leave the remaining for God. They say left hand for God. So you ignore background check. There are a lot of people that are married now and they are in trouble. Why? Excess, marry excess. I love you, I love you, I love you. I don't care. Genotype does not matter. When it finally happens, it will matter. That love that you think you have, when you see the pain, it's going to cost you. The emotional pain, the financial pain, the psychological pain, the physical pain. You will suddenly realize that love is not enough. So don't ignore the need to verify things. Trust but verify. You are getting married to someone that says, I finished from UI. Confirm. I finished from OAU. Confirm. If somebody finished from UI, there will be Old Students Association. If somebody finished from Ife, there will be oh, my schoolmate. Oh, we graduated together. Somebody told you he went to university. He has BSc. He has masters. You have been with him for 2 years. You have never met any of his schoolmates. You have never heard him say anything about old school. Be careful if you be Toronto certificate. Why? There are lots of people that have married illiterate thinking they married the graduates. Why? Because when we are in love, we don't verify things anymore. The fact that someone tells you something does not mean you should not fact check it. So it is before you marry that you can do all these things. You check this thing that this person said, is it true? Say he works in an oil company, which one? Just show up in his office unannounced. Don't tell him you are coming. That's why you will meet him in his element. Fact check it. You want to marry a woman, she's looking prime and proper because you see her in short. Go and visit her 7 a.m. in the morning without telling her you are coming. Just show up in the house, knock at the door, say, I just came to check you. And let's see whether she'll be prime and proper. Because that's why you're going to get married to. Diary 1, that when they sleep, they will drool here. And then when they wake up, there is lala and ikme and all kinds of things. That's the real one you are going to get married to. That's what you are going to be waking up to every morning for the rest of your life. People don't wake up made up. Oh. They don't wake up made up. There is no everything. You will see the real one. That's the real person. So it's better for you to check all these things. Because, listen, are you ready for this? Marriage is a lifetime sentence where you have the right to choose your cellmate. So if you are going to be in this thing forever, God say, okay, since this is a life sentence, choose your cellmate. So that we know that we are in this thing together. So you will ignore background check. Don't do that. When you believe that love is enough, you will wave away warning signals. You wave away warning signals. When my children were younger, they used to teach them, there's this Daddy, did I get it? Now, listen to me. That's the way life is. Life gives you signals. Many times we become casualties of love because we ignore the promptings of the Holy Spirit. The Spirit of God on the inside of us gives us warning signals, gives us premonition, gives us check. But every time we wave away warning signals, we become casualties. God will never allow any of his children to enter trouble without warning them. Never. Every time you find yourself in trouble, there was a warning you ignored. So when you think love is all enough, you wave away warning signals. You are in a relationship with someone and the person is telling you, let's put the Bible aside. That's a warning signal. No. Let's face reality. We are not talking Bible here. Let's put the Bible aside. Let's face facts. That's a warning signal. But when you are in love, you won't hear that one. The person has already told you that in some areas of my life, Bible does not matter. The person has told you. You are in a relationship with someone and they just get angry over nothing and they are throwing tantrums like a child. And they say, hey, don't worry now, sorry, I don't know what came over me. You better be sure that that thing that came has stopped coming before you go and marry them. Because when you marry them, the thing will keep coming and coming. And they will tell you, that's who I am. You know how I am. That's who I am. That's who I am. Maybe you saw me before you married me. At that point, they will be right because you saw them and you still went ahead. Hello? Now, look at this. Are you ready for this, women? So you're going out with this guy. Every time he wants to see you in a neutral place. Never taking you to his house, never taking you to his office, never introduce you to important people in his life. Every time there is public holiday, when he's supposed to actually be available, that's when you say there's one official assignment, there's something, and you didn't know that you are a side chick. You are deceiving yourself that you are the main babe. You don't know that you are a side chick and he's a side cock. Now, by the time he now finally just shows up, he says, hey, this one you are saying you want to know my house, so yeah, come this weekend. It's because the family has traveled, though. Because now we have a lot of men whose families are in Canada, America, London, and many of you are just extra tires and side chicks that they are using to while away time. And you are fooling yourself. You are just like a toilet roll. You are a tissue paper. You are a sanitary pad used and discarded. and you are fooling yourself because of the money they are giving you. You are an olosho, you are an aristo, you are a 21st century prostitute. You just did not know. Listen and listen well. Young guys are all around you, wanting to marry you. You are rebuffing them and ignoring them because somebody is deceiving yourself. You don't kolo. So the guy, but when you get into his kitchen, it's scanty. Now you now go into this guy's house. You look at the sitting room. You are seeing nails on the wall. Is nail a decoration? You are seeing nails on the wall. Common sense should tell you something was hanging on the nail. But because you are blindly, I love him, I love him, I love him. Now, so think about it. Is nail decoration? So you get to his house, there are nails on the wall. And common sense didn't tell you that. Be like, say this guy don't remove some pictures. So you now enter into the kitchen of a single man. Apron is hanging. Orange squeezer, egg slicer, blender, waffle maker. But you know when you are foolish, you say, oh no, I just love this guy. He's ready-made. Ready-made trouble. Ready-made heartbreak. So every time you believe love is enough, you wave away warning signal. Every time that you believe that love is enough, you allow your emotion to overrule your sense of reasoning. You allow your emotion to overrule your sense of reasoning. Listen to me, people of God. When your emotion is the driver and your brain is the passenger, in the accident is inevitable. When the emotion is the driver and your brain is the passenger in the vehicle of your life, accident is inevitable. Listen to me. Everyone that has ended up in fornication or adultery, they knew before it happened. You saw the signs, the way this thing is going. You knew. Holy Ghost say, I don't go the way it's going. You can see that you are feeling something. You can see his eyes. You are not a child. Who are you fooling? Now say, hey, the devil made me do it. Now devil remove your bra. Now devil shook her inside. Why you pray? You see, someone saw the devil crying one day. Woman of God, they see devil, they cry. And the guy was just crying. He said, devil, what's happening? He said, I'm just tired. I'm tired. All these Christians, they will just be lie. They will just be lie. They say, I'm the one that did it. I'm the one that did it. I've never been to Nigeria for the past 26 years. So I've been in Afghanistan. Yeah, they say I'm the one doing things. He said, devil made me to it. Hello? Don't allow your emotion to overrule